We'll continue on in this tutorial by drawing the rocker arm. Okay, one thing I didn't show you actually in the last tutorial was that because we changed our drawing limits with negative values and positive values, if we hit extents, we now have our UCS icon in the middle of our screen. This is important because we're going to use this UCS icon as a way to draw the first circle. Since the USC icon has changed, so then has the origin point because X and Y connect at 0, 0. So first thing we want to draw is a circle. So we're going to hit draw, we'll go down to circle, and you'll have a lot of choices. In this case, this makes this program a lot more powerful than something like Google SketchUp because you don't just draw a circle, you have many options on how to draw that circle. We are going to pick center radius, and it's going to ask us to put the center point of our circle. We want it to be at the origin or 0, 0. So put 0, 0, hit enter, and your circle will be right in the middle. In this case, we want to specify if it's our radius or our diameter. In this case, we're doing radius, so we're going to hit R and put enter, and the radius of the circle is 50, so we'll hit enter. There we are. We'll continue to do the same command, so in order to get back to the last command, you can just hit spacebar, and we will do another center radius. So the circle for this is going to be positioned at 70, 40. Hit enter, and we'll make sure the radius is on, so radius enter. In this case, it's going to be 25. Hit enter. The next circle has a value on in the negative, so we're going to hit spacebar to get our circle command back. Our center point is at -50, -60, and hit enter. And again, we want to specify our radius by hitting R and enter. And then since it's 25, we can actually just accept what's written there and hit enter. And that's what you should look like. The next thing we want to do is just take a look at our object snap. So object snap can be found at the bottom. You can also find object snap, the toolbar, by hovering over here in the empty space and right clicking. You can look for your AutoCAD Lite toolbars and just go down and click on Object Snap. Object Snap will come up and we'll just stick it right up there. Another way to find out what's going on with Object Snap is to right click, Settings, and you have the same options available to you when you toggle them on here. The only difference between the toggling on of options in this dialog box as opposed to hitting it once on the flyout button is that in here it will continue to stay on once you toggle it on, where up here it will only happen once for the command you're at. So in this case, we want to do something called tangent. We're going to click off endpoint, center, intersection, and extension, and we're going to just make sure our tangent is toggled on. Hit OK. And then if you notice, after you select line, you can hover your line over the circle and then hover your line over the other circle. What we're trying to do is create a line that will be tangent to the two circles on your screen. So just click on the first circle and then hover over the next circle, and you'll have a line that is where you want it. Hit enter, and then spacebar to get the last command. Again, hover over your middle circle, and then hover over your small circle at the bottom. And the tangent line is now in. Okay, so we want to do the same thing again, but now we're going to do a tangent circle command. So go to draw, select circle, And then we're going to do a tangent radius. So click on that. And then in this case, instead of drawing a line, we create a circle that is tangent to the two on the screen. So again, here comes your little tangent symbol. Click on the bottom top circle, and then click on the bottom middle circle. And now it's asking you to specify the radius of this circle. The radius of this circle is 50, so hit enter. And then you're going to do the same thing for the next shape on the bottom. So it's a tan radius. Hover over the bottom of your circle in the middle. No, it's not doing that. So let's make sure we've got the right one. So click draw, circle, tan radius, hover over your bottom circle, hover over the bottom of the bottom circle, and then it's asking for radius. In this case, it is 40. Hit enter. That's the shape you want. Now we're going to use something called trim command. So go to your command bar and write in trim. Trim is a two-step process. Basically, the first thing you want to specify is what you're going to trim to. So we're going to do that. These are cutting edges. And then we hit enter. And the next thing we do is specify what we want to trim. Just like that. Hit enter, spacebar, and we continue to keep trimming until all we have is the shape of the rocker arm. So again, your cutting edges, hit enter, and then trim. Enter, spacebar, cutting edges, trim, does not work. Hit enter, or escape to get out of that command. Okay, so find out what happened there. Trim, we're going to cut to these boundaries, and then we hit enter and trim. Okay, now hit enter, spacebar. In this case, the two outside edges are our cutting edges. Enter, trim, and trim. Now you have the shape of your rocker arm. The next command we're going to use is the polygon command. You can find the polygon command under the draw menu. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is how many sides is your polygon. So we're going to select 8 sides, or pardon me, 6 sides. So type in 6, and then it's going to ask you to specify the center of your polygon. So you can write in 0, 0, again at your origin point. Now, if you have dynamic on, this will come up on the screen. You should have it picked as circumscribed about circle. All right, and the next thing it's going to ask you to do is put in the radius. The radius for this is 30. Hit enter, and that's exactly what you want. Now we're going to create another polygon, but this polygon is 4 sides. Enter. So we're going to do a deferred tangent again on here. What you do is hover over the last specify center of polygon. Okay, pardon me. We're going to snap to endpoint on this one. Oh, no, not snap to endpoint. We're going to do something called snap to center. Okay, so click on snap to center on the top. And then in order to find your center, you need to hover over the radius on the end. So once that little orange circle comes up, you can click on it. And then again, circumscribed about circle is right. The radius of this, I believe, is it doesn't tell you the radius. So this one, just pick something that's inside the radius about here, and that'll work. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to create a circle. We're going to do it by snapping to center. Again, hovering over the radius so that you can get the orange center point. Here we have our circle, and again, there is no size for this circle. Oh no, the size for this circle is 10. So put in 10 and hit enter. And there you have it. That's your rocker arm.